So in my line of work, I sell everything. And there's a couple reasons for that. Some people don't understand it. And a lot of YouTubers and a lot of people think that niching down is actually easier. And it is for newer sellers, newer eBay sellers. I am a veteran seller. And I left eBay, went to Amazon for a long time, and now I'm doing both. And my main focus is eBay, and I'm a six-figure seller. And I have my warehouse here, and I'm going to show you how an everything seller more or less processes items, takes pictures of them. It's not really what you would think. But let me tell you something. If I was running an eBay store with probably less than 10,000 items, I would not be able to afford to have any employees. So this is my goal, is to get my store over 10,000 items solo. And, well, 2 VAs. And I was heavier Amazon back a couple years ago, and I switched over to eBay to try it and see if I could actually do it. There's a ton of hype right now about how everything sellers, they're way harder to be. And maybe, I don't know, that niching down is the better move. What a lot of YouTubers don't teach you about reselling is the fact that the crazy part is you really can't niche down too far. You're going to take away too much income, and you're really restricting how you make money. But what I can tell you is, when you first start out, you really want to niche down. When I first started reselling on eBay, I actually only sold vintage t-shirts and vintage concert t-shirts. And if you go back on my channel right now and go all the way back to my first few videos, there's a bunch of vintage concert t-shirt videos. I pretty much took that niche and niched down and learned that. And then as I learned that, I casually learned other things. So I look for lots that are like, there's lots of stuff that are kind of the same. And I will explain that better in other videos, how I source and everything. But, you know, I like to think of two different ways that you can think of your eBay business. And I use like categories and subcategories. So clothing is one of my main categories. So one of my main categories is clothing. I'm like ranked 890 in women's tops out of like 187,000 sellers. And so I sell a lot of clothing. Well, that's what I first started on eBay, was selling clothing. So since I made this video about everything sellers, as an everything seller, this is what I look to do. I look to get stacks of stuff that are relatively similar that I know about. So this is some military suits, and I know a little bit about military suits. It's clothing, and it's just vintage clothing. So I'm just going to list it like normal and look up the comps. I always look up the comps. Now I look up comps, but you know, I price stuff very aggressively to make it sell, and I'm usually the lowest seller on the brand or whatever. Most of the time I try to match the lowest seller, and that's just me. That's, you know, I might price mine up a little bit if it's in better condition, but I try to move stuff as fast as possible. You know, I'm really thinking this video is more like a call to action, because being as a reseller, you are going to learn different categories. And if you're not evolving, you're not going to. You're going to stay in the same category. You know, you can list 5,000 Polo Ralph Lauren polos. Only so many of those are going to sell. And I just try to expand my knowledge over other categories to really capture other sales. So maybe if I'm having a bad day in clothing, I get other sales in like electronics, which I try to stay away from electronics. That's the main thing as an everything seller, is learning what to say no to. And you find that out very quickly and the hard way. You have to say no to some things. My big no is electronics. I won't touch them. Like VCRs, stuff like that. I hate them. I won't do it. Other smaller electronics, yeah, I will. So now what we're going to do is we took, I don't know, 300 pictures, something like that. We got to drop them on Dropbox to our VA. All these clothing pictures. And then after that, well, it's like 7 p.m. and we're working until 10 tonight. So we're doing 8 a.m. to 10 p.m. I work these long hours because I am really trying to level my store up to 10,000 listings. And I have to put in a lot of extra time. If you are wanting to scale your eBay store up very fast, it is going to take a lot of effort in listing, because it's been really crazy trying to like really balance life, and I really had to schedule everything out for my day. I'd say the main thing to take away from this video is, as an eBay seller, you can do both. You can niche down and you can sell everything. You can become experts in the categories that you really want to become experts in. And when you can't find stuff, dabble in what you want to learn. So I got the pictures uploading and airdropping over here. And this is our workstation. And then if you spin around, this is the Amazon station. So I still do Amazon, just now getting back into Amazon. I took a break to level my eBay store up, and I'm going to do both, but I'm going to focus on eBay because I want eBay to be my main focus. I'm going to kind of just do Amazon on the side to stuff I already am getting in. So I'm actually getting in stuff that I can send to Amazon and sell on eBay. And, you know, mixed liquidation, lots of different kinds of clothing and other stuff. So as those photos airdrop, this is how I'm going to set myself up. I'm going to go ahead, and I have 2 photo stations. This one's mainly for clothing. This one's for hard goods, and I use poster board for the hard goods station. But to save some time, we are just going to take photos of our stuff on this. So the photos are going to the lister, and then we actually, here's how we set up our workday. So basically, I'm working late tonight, and I've already listed 37 items, but we're on pretty much bonus items now. And this is the cart I'm going to work off of. This is the most recent stuff that we got in from an auction. So we source a lot at auctions, and we source also wholesale, obviously, because we sell a ton of clothing, and we get our clothing super cheap. But this is all came from an auction, and so this is what I'm going to start listing. I list a lot of media, so this is really easy stuff to list, but you know, it's tedious, and it's a lot of it's low dollar stuff. So I recommend to not list that stuff at all. Don't list it. It's bad. But no, I mean, it's just a lot of it's like $10, around $10. That's my minimum, is $10. So I won't list anything below $10. And I just sort through it and list whatever I can find. Realistically, I don't know. Is it worth it? Yeah, you're just adding to your store. So I like to use 3 methods in my eBay store: the good, better, and best model. So I like to have like low end, medium, and high end. So I like to do all 3 because it takes a mixture to make a full-time income. If you like this video, stay tuned to more, because we are going to be doing some badass stuff. Stay tuned.